and welcome to this week's training. The 3 reasons why you are not signing more clients. My name is Rachel and I'm a sales mindset coach and I love talking about sales. And I will tell you that when I started my business 7 years ago, I absolutely hated sales. I talk about this quite often because basically what happened was I decided I wanted to be a health and fitness coach. In fact, I started in network marketing and I wanted to help people lose weight, right? I wanted to help people with find fun workouts and healthy foods and all the things, and that's what I wanted to do. I had no idea that when I actually got into doing that, that meant that I was going to have to sell, right? And my history in selling, like many of us, is that I hated doing that kind of thing. I didn't want people to feel like they had to buy things or that I was being pushy or that I was selling them something that they didn't want. And most of all, I felt like I had to be sneaky all the time in order to like convince people or connive them into buying something that they didn't really want. And that felt so icky and gross to me that I was really turned off. And I would constantly try to find ways to sell without selling is what I was doing. And as a result, I did not get very far initially until I realized that what was holding me back wasn't the sales strategy, like what to say and when to say it. It was all about what was going on inside my brain, inside my head, right? It was about the background and all of that other stuff. So about 3 years ago, I finally realized that this is the deal. And this is why I lived on a roller coaster of like massive success and then massive downsides of my business, that I really started to break free from all of those struggles and all of that income roller coaster and started to sell. And guess what? The more I did it, the more I realized that I really loved selling. And that is my goal for you as well, because you can fall in love with sales. You can love the sales part of your business. And as much as you want to be a coach and you just want to coach people, I remember saying that all the time. I just want to coach people. Why won't they give me the chance? I don't want to be selling all the time. As much as you just want to coach people, actually, if you think about it, selling is coaching. Okay, I know it sounds completely crazy, but if you're doing the sales thing in the right way, it is basically coaching. You are coaching people, you are inspiring them to buy. So if you're struggling with signing clients, I'm checking for some comments here. If you're struggling with signing clients and you absolutely cannot figure out what it is that's missing, you've tried all the strategy and maybe you're like me and you've bought $9 million worth of strategies, today is a day that you're going to find out what is holding you back, is what is going on. And so I'm going to share those with you because they are 3 things that I have realized in my business over different times. And I wish I could say that when I've run into these situations that they've gone away forever, but they do keep popping up time and time again. In fact, I was just coached on one of them recently with my own coach. But basically what little notification there. Basically, like I said, it's not your strategy. And yes, I love my sales strategy and I share it with my clients, but there's more to it than that. There is something else that's missing from your sales strategy that's not, that you're not thinking about, that you're not working with, that you're not bringing into the whole picture. And that is what is causing the struggle and the roller coaster. Okay, so here's what I got for you. So like I mentioned, what I'm about to share with you is not what you think. It's not going to be the usual thing. It's not going to be, well, you need to reach out to 25,000 more people on Instagram this week, or your content needs to be better, or you need to change the DM messaging, right? Like I said, there's a time and place for that, and I do teach that strategy. But what's going on here today is what's holding you back, and I'm going to give you the 3 most common situations, and they're things that I've run into, they're things my clients have run into, but it is your brain. It is your brain that is holding you back. And I know you're like, wait, my brain, it's inside my head, I don't understand. But it is your thoughts. It is the way that you think about things in your business that is what is holding you back and that is keeping you from signing your dream clients. All right, so how does this work? There are lots of different coaches that teach different things around thoughts, about mindset, about law of attraction. I'm almost done with a can't even say the word, neuro-linguistic programming certification. NLP is what you hear about it. All of those things combine together in order to create a conversation, a situation, a moment in the sale that helps your client feel comfortable, right? And that might occur in your content, that might occur in the direct messaging, that might occur in all these different places. But when your thoughts are holding you back from creating that ideal situation, that conversation, that moment, then you're going to get stuck and you're going to feel like I can't sign clients. I remember in network marketing having this big goal I wanted to reach and sitting there one night and thinking like, I don't know what else to do. Okay. And that thought right there, this isn't even one of the 3 main thoughts I see. I don't know what else to do. Okay. It hit me and I felt so heavy and I felt constricted and tight, right? And there was no way I was going to be able to do anything. So guess what? I didn't do anything because I just kept telling myself, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do to sign clients, to find clients, all those things. And so at the time, I didn't realize that it was my thoughts that were really holding me back. But the fact is that thought was destroying my business, that one little thought right there. All right, so let's talk about some of the 3 most common thoughts that I see with myself. I guess these started with me. This training isn't about me, but I know that what I've gone through will definitely help you, and things that my clients have gone through as well. So the first thought, and this is one I hear quite often, and this actually is something that comes up with people before I even start working with them. When I'm having conversations with them in the DM, I hear from them, I don't know where to find my dream client. Like, I don't know where they are. Right? And what they want me to do is they want me to say, okay, well, this is the kind of coach you are. So this is the groups that you should go to, or are the Instagram accounts that you should follow. Right? And if you've ever heard I think it's a parable, not the word for it, about the fish, right? You can give a fisherman a fish and that'll feed them one time, or you can show them how to fish and that'll feed them forever, right? They can fish forever. Here's the idea here. As I'm coaching you, I give you the exact place to find your dream client. I tell you, you go to these 5 Facebook groups and you are going to find your ideal client, right? What happens when the strategy changes? Or what happens when your ideal clients really aren't there because, well, I guess I was wrong, right? I don't know where your dream client is. What happens then? What I want you to look at is your brain. Your brain is telling you that you don't know where your dream clients are hanging out. What a heavy thought, right? When you say that, you say like, I don't know where my dream clients are. Okay. You feel heavy and constricted, like I was talking about earlier. And what do? You stop looking for them, right? You don't go to the places. You don't search. You don't get creative. You don't pull out. I have a notebook sitting next to me. There's actually 3 of them in front of me for 3 different things all the time to brainstorm. When I get that thought that says, I don't know where my dream client is, right away, I'm like, okay, Rachel, come on. Like, you do know where your dream client is. Where is she? Where is she? And I changed my thought from, I don't know where my dream client is, to asking myself the question, where is my dream client hanging out today? And then I can get productive. I feel lighter. It gets me more expansive, right? It gives me the juice to be able to look for my dream client instead of that, I don't know where she is. And I hear that from so many coaches because it's really easy to be like, oh, my dream client doesn't exist, or she doesn't hang out in Facebook groups. That's a common one I hear as well. She doesn't hang out in Facebook groups. I don't know where to find her, right? Those are really easy. It's really easy to like it's a little bit of a buffering thing, as we call it in the life coach school world. It's really easy to say like, I don't know where they are, because then you don't need to look for them. You don't need to put in the work. Okay. So funny. So I got a comment here that says the real parable is, give a man a fish and feed him once, teach a man how to fish and he can feed himself forever. Thank you so much for the clarification. I sort of had it right. Okay. Sort of had it right there, but that's the idea here, right? If you are able to really look at, instead of, I don't know where my ideal client hangs out, or I don't know where my dream client hangs out, if you're really able to like dig deeper in there and go, okay, well, why don't I know? Or the question I like to ask myself a lot, in fact, I was asking myself just this yesterday in one of these notebooks, is, if I did know, where would she be? Oh my gosh, expansive thought, right? That makes me feel like, okay, well, if I did know, because it kind of makes my brain think, well, you do know, it's in there somewhere, versus that really closed up thought. I call those roadblock thoughts. That roadblock thought is going to, close you off. All right, cool. Okay, so the comment says she totally got what I meant. Yeah. Where I went wrong with the parable is that I was already calling him a fisherman. He wasn't a fisherman yet. He was just a plain old man that was looking for food, right? Okay, so back to the story here. So the idea is that when you have a roadblock thought of, I don't know where my dream client is, you're stuck. But I can see where your brain's protecting you, because then it keeps you from spending the time looking or being disappointed when you can't find her, right? But if you're not looking for your dream client, how are you going to create the business of your dreams? Right? So that right there has got to go. I like using the thought in that situation, if I did know, where would my dream client be? And you can use this on so many situations. If I did know, what would I say in this situation? If I did know, where would my tennis shoes be, right? You can use this all over the place, okay? So that's the first reason, is you are stuck in this thought of, I don't know where to find my dream client. Like right there, so easy. Okay, the second thought, this is a huge one as well. And again, this is a thought that I get when I'm just in DM conversations with my potential clients. This isn't even, and we talk about this when we get on the coaching call, but I hear this all the time. It is, people won't pay for blank. People won't pay for time management coaching. People won't pay for health and fitness coaching. People won't pay for, people won't pay for, right? And of course, we create that thought. Our brain like uses that in order to protect us, right? Because maybe we've heard the word no, or we've heard people say, well, I can't afford that, or gosh, I just don't think that, that maybe somebody has even said to you, like, that's not worth that amount of money. Maybe you want to charge $500 a month and people say, oh gosh, it's not worth it, right? So you get this thought in your head, people won't pay for blank. Okay. Now, I do often say that people do want to spend money on a coach if it's going to help them with their health, their wealth, or their relationships, whatever order you like to put them in. Okay. Those are the three most common. But does that mean that people won't pay for other things? Absolutely not. Okay. So that's a roadblock thought. People won't pay for blank. Okay. Comment in the group here from her experience, people will pay for just about anything. And they will if you make it enticing and valuable enough, right? And if you've got the right audience, right? So I talk about trying to sell water to a person that, has water flowing all around them, right? Versus a man in a desert. Okay, I probably made that parable up too, but somebody in a desert, right? The person in the desert is going to pay a large amount of money for that water because they've got no water. Where the person that's got water flowing and water bottles all around them, they're less likely to pay for it. So the audience and message, the comment here from Corey, the audience and message is key. Okay, so if you're walking around saying, well, people just won't pay for that, what are you going to do? You're going to feel pretty crappy. Again, your brain is using that to keep you from actually going out and doing the things, right? You're going to feel pretty crappy. So you're not going to try to create the messaging. You're not going to try to find the audience, going back up to our thought number one. Stop saying that people won't pay for what you have to offer. Stop it. Instead, change those thoughts of possibility, where you are getting creative and thinking of ways to create your messaging so that people will buy from you. People will pay for that. Okay. This is simply maybe as simple as maybe your audience is confused. Maybe they don't really even know what it is that you have to offer. Okay. There's so many different ways that you can create the messaging and find the audience so that people have the people that are there begging for what you have to offer. All right. Very cool. All right. So our third thought is, and this is another one I hear my clients come to me with this one actually, because like I said, we focus on strategy. I do teach them the strategy, and they'll come to me on the call and they'll say, yeah, this isn't working for me. This strategy doesn't work for me. And I'm like, all right, so I hear you. I feel you, right? I get it. I've been there. I've said that a million times that this isn't working for me, but let's figure out why. Okay. This is a mindset block. It's really easy to say this doesn't work for me, right? But it's harder to figure out why it isn't working. So last month, I was working at my Facebook. I posted in a lot of Facebook groups, right? And things weren't working for me. And I sat down that day. I'm like, well, this isn't working anymore. This strategy's dead. I need to come up with a new strategy for myself and a new strategy to teach my clients. This is not working. That was my initial thought. And guess where that got me? It literally got me in front of my TVs over here to the right. It got me sitting on this couch watching a little bit of TV, right? Because I was just like, well, the strategy's dead. I'm screwed. Like, where am I going to generate clients? This isn't working anymore, right? And I did a little bit of buffering, did a little bit of TV time. And when I sat down with my notebook and I wrote down at the top of it, the strategy isn't working for me, I realized, okay, it's not working the way I'm doing it. That's me saying the strategy isn't working for me is a very, very broad statement. It's a very limiting statement, right? But if I say that it's not working for me in this moment, or it's not working the way I'm doing it, now the thoughts of possibility just exploded, right? I had all these different things. Well, maybe I should check on this and that. And what happened was I went to Facebook groups and I realized why it wasn't working. Right? I realized why those posts weren't working. I got it all figured out, and I was able to reframe and tweak the strategy a little bit and figure out what I was going to be able to do to keep that strategy working. And that's what business is all about. I heard somebody talking one day, and I think about this because my son's a runner. He's not a hurdler, but he's a runner. And she was talking about how business is just full of hurdles. And I picture, those Olympians running down that track, and they go, 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 and they hurdle. And then they go, 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 and there's a hurdle, right? And those hurdles are there to slow you down. Those hurdles are there to stop you. Maybe you catch a toe on the hurdle and you fall, right? They're there in order to create an obstacle and to make things challenging and fun. But in business, it's about getting over the hurdle and going as fast as you can until you get to the next hurdle. And you keep going over those hurdles over and over and over again. It's only once you stop that you are considered failure. So when I talked about this training today, I talked a lot about failure. Like, you may be thinking, like, I suck at sales. I'm failing at sales. I don't know how to do it. I can't sign clients. Like, it's never going to happen for me. But have you examined your brain? Have you examined your mindset? Have you really dived really deeply into what's going on? So if you're just telling yourself over and over again, this doesn't work, throw it out, this doesn't work, throw it out, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're missing out on a huge opportunity to create a strategy and a program that's going to work for you. Now, we live in a world of instant gratification. I look at my children all the time. My 7-year-old son, we had from back when my older girls were little, so we probably bought it 15 years ago, like a boombox with a CD player and the radio on it, and he brought it downstairs and he was messing with it and he was like, I can't get the music to play or whatever. So he finally tunes it in because it had like a little dial on it, I think, tunes it into the radio, and he's like, why won't the song I want come on? Is what he said to me. And I was like, my husband and I just started laughing because this kid, his brain does not know anything other than telling Alexa what you want to listen to, going to the TV and turning on your favorite TV show because it's on, Netflix or whatever it is. Like, there isn't this waiting. There's no waiting for your favorite song to come on the radio. And I started talking about how when I was little, if you didn't have what are those Spotify, I use Amazon Music, right? You didn't have those things to get your music instantly. So what you did is you sat and you waited by the radio and you waited and you waited and you had a cassette tape in the holder ready to hit record, right? So you hit record as soon as your favorite song started to play so you could record it. And it was a messy recording because it didn't sound good and it was missing the beginning of the song and probably the radio announcer talked at the end of it, but you got the meat of the song and you were so happy because now you could listen to that song whenever you wanted to, right? Or you had to go out and like spend money on the CD or whatever. How our life has changed and we've become a world that is so needs instant gratification that when our sales strategy doesn't work within the first week, we toss it aside. And guys, I have done this. I have so many funnels created for freebies and sales pages and all the things that didn't work after 5 minutes and I dumped them. Okay? Don't be that person. Don't be the person that just simply says, this isn't working for me. Go back to that question I posed earlier saying, what if it was working for me? Like, what would that look like? Okay? Then you come up with those thoughts of possibility and ways that you can make that strategy work for you. All right, so now just to kind of reiterate, if you are thinking that the reason that you are not signing clients is because your strategy sucks, you are wrong. You are wrong. Maybe your strategy needs tweaking here and there, but it really comes down to your brain. And all of those thoughts that you are thinking about sales, about your dream client, about your ability to sign them, about your program, all those things are keeping you from signing clients, right? You might have the most amazing strategy, but if your brain is in the wrong place, you're not going to sign the clients either. All right, so 3 of the most common ones that I'm coming up with recently and things that I've been dealing with. I don't know where to find my dream clients. Second one being people won't pay for whatever it is that you have to offer. And then the third, this strategy is not working for me, or this strategy does not work for me. That's even more limiting. Okay, the key to being successful at sales, the key to falling in love with sales is to fix your brain, fix your mindset. Dive into your belief about yourself and your dream client and about what you have to offer. Dive into all of those pieces that are going to help you have a successful experience. All right. So I am offering right now, this week is the last week that I'm going to be offering my one-on-one coaching, the Unstoppable Sales Success Program. This is it. I'm going to be moving to a different type program in December, moving into the new year. So if you want to get some information about that program, to this week, Friday night at midnight is the last day. And I've also got a cool payment plan and some special bonuses. But basically the coaching is going to involve not only helping you with the sales strategy and showing you the sales strategy that is working for me, but also helping you with the mindset piece of it so that your brain is going to allow you to take those sales strategy and keep it working time after time after time after time. Because I'm not here just to throw sales strategy at you. I am here to help you create the brain and the mindset that's going to help you be successful. So if you want information about that program, all you got to do is go down in the comments and write the word clients, and I will share information with you about that program. We'll have a little conversation, maybe hop on a call to get you signed up with that. Again, the deadline for this is Friday night at midnight. It involves one-on-one coaching. It involves a sales conversations that convert program that's going to give you all the sales conversation strategy that you need. And then we will work together on the mindset and tweaking that strategy to make it work for you. It also involves a lot of support and coaching and accountability. So that's what I'm here for you for. If you do want information, give me the word clients down below. And I look forward to chatting with you guys next week for next week's exciting topic. And we had one person hop on here live. And so I'm going to be sending you, Corey, a $5 Starbucks gift card. So I will be sending you information about that shortly. And you guys all have a really, really good rest of your week. Bye-bye.